Our mission is to develop quality, permanently affordable housing for families with low and moderate incomes.
It's affordable housing, and without it, a lot of us would be placed out of the housing market.
We try to build vibrant communities in the neighborhoods in which we're operating.
And Mutual Housing's approach was to involve residents. That was the main thrust, to have residents having a real say in how the organization was run and how their housing works.
Affordable housing is needed whether you are a family, you are an elderly person, or whether you are an artist.
For most artists, we don't have much money. You always have the problem of too high rent, too much rent to pay. I've been waiting for an opportunity like this for several years. So when this came up, I was very thrilled. You know, it makes it possible to paint more, to study more, to work more.
I'm a single mom. I work at Yale University. I have 3 kids, 1 grandchild. And it's very hard supporting, but it's been a blessing because I don't have that much bills like I used to. The rent is not too high, and I can manage a little bit more.
It gave me the ability to send my son to college for 5 years. That's something I could have never done on my own.
In the last 15 years, we've come from nothing to having 12 developments in 5 different Connecticut towns and cities.
We have a goal of building 500 units by 2008.
We're about halfway there, but with the number of units that we have on our pre-development or development phase, we should make that goal.
We've probably made more loans to them than to any other single organization, and they're one of the most prolific and creative groups that we work with, so we keep working with them.
We have a phenomenal staff that puts enormous effort and energy and love into what they do. Very big part of our success. We designed the organization so that we have residents participating in all aspects.
We must have 1/3 of our board comprised of our residents, and we try to spread that throughout the various communities in which we are located.
I mean, it gives the residents a real say in what the issues are that the organization needs to address.
You have a say and you vote on different things. That is really beautiful.
It gives us an opportunity as board members to meet directly face-to-face with them and hear what their issues and their concerns are about their communities.
It really made me feel that I was really definitely a big part, being on the board of directors, which was the top position you could be at. That was awesome.
They are part of the organization. They're not just another family in a rental place with a regular landlord.
They have their own resident councils in each of the developments where they take on policy issues and discussions about where there are things that need to be done differently or done better. It also serves to get them better acquainted with each other, which builds community and a sense of being connected.
And that's part of our mission, not just to build homes for people to live in, but to build communities.
We are all together as one. Whether we're in the background, whether we're in the front, we're all together as one. The other thing I love, we're all different nationalities, and I think that is fantastic. I love that the most, the diversity of colors and neighbors working together as one.
With residents who are committed to maintaining their own homes and committed to participating within the community, it helps the whole community feel like there's hope and there's progress, shows that somebody cares, revitalizes the neighborhood.
The need for affordable housing isn't limited to just inner city neighborhoods. It's a universal need. And there were many suburban communities that were realizing the people that grew up in that town couldn't afford to live there and raise their families there.
Mutual is one of the few groups that's been able to do developments not just in New Haven, but in some of the towns where you'd never believe that they were going to do affordable housing.
In some communities like a Guilford or a Madison, homes are so expensive that many of the municipal employees, whether they be in the town offices, whether they be firemen, policemen, or whatever, find it very difficult to find affordable housing.
And if you don't have housing that they can afford to live in, then they're going to go live in other towns. And, you know, for a police officer, that means having to commute some distance to get to work. For teachers, it means you're not necessarily living in the community with the pupils you're teaching. It just builds a stronger fabric for a community if everybody at all kinds of income levels can live there.
Creating affordable housing in those towns is a way to accomplish that.
That's what NeighborWorks has been about, delivering on their promises and turning promises into real day-to-day living, good living for so many of our families.
When I bring my friends to my house, I walk them around the house, show them each room in the house, and then I bring them to my room. I was excited because my house is beautiful.
I really feel good that me as a mother, a single mom raising my kids, that I can see my son and my daughters go outside and ride their bikes, play with the children, the rest of the kids. When I lived there before, I would not let them go outside riding. I wouldn't even buy them a bike. They all get along here. I'm just happy for that.
Most of us grew up on The Wizard of Oz. At the end of The Wizard of Oz, we remember Dorothy clicking her heels and saying, "There's no place like home, there's no place like home." For 15 years, that's what NeighborWorks New Horizons has been about, no place like home. Mutual Housing and NeighborWorks has been making a difference, not by clicking their heels, but by hard work, determination, and partnership.
I'm blessed to have this place. It feels like my home.
It feels like home. It feels home.
Yes, this is my home.
This is my home. This is not just the place I live. This is my home.